What's up, y'all? It's Saturday, January 5th, 12:53 p.m. I lit this at 12:52 p.m. This is the toilet paper alcohol heater, the hunter's heater it's also known as, or the emergency car heater. There's several different things people call it out there. Hopefully I'm going to call it my new tent heater, my new shelter heater. This is a test run on it now. Like I said, I lit it at 12:52. I'm going to see how long it burns, and I'll let you know. See if this is a viable way to heat my shelter. It's putting off a lot of heat right now. I gotta admit, I'm using 70% rubbing alcohol, isopropyl alcohol, and I've seen several different things. 91 burns too high, 50 burns too low, so 70 seems to be the one. And I'm using 1,000 sheet Scott, which I could not fit all in the can. I had to take some off the roll, but looks like it's burning pretty good. It's been burning for almost a minute and a half now, so I shall let you know how long it lasts. So it's 1:11. Thing's still burning strong. No sign of slowing down at all. It's almost 20 minutes now. I lit it at 12:52. It's raining pretty hard. I just threw together this ragamuffin shelter, semi-enclosed, not all the way. I just wanted to see. It's kind of windy out and it's raining, and I just wanted to see how this thing would heat in here. And it's actually doing pretty well. I mean, like I say, it's not enclosed, so I'm getting breezes in here, and it's not nearly as warm as it could be were it fully enclosed, but it's still pretty warm. It's 44 degrees out there, and I'm chilling in a sweatshirt, and I'm not cold at all. And like I say, this thing's burning pretty strong. I do get a little bit of a smell of alcohol every once in a while, so I would definitely want some kind of ventilation. Excuse me, ventilation, if I were going to use this or when I use this to sleep with. The next time I do an overnighter, I'm going to use this. I'm not going to have a campfire. I'm going to use these, at least one, maybe two. And I'm going to try to fully enclose, or I'm going to fully enclose the shelter. I'm going to do some kind of a debris tarp hybrid. And I'm going to enclose it, and with the exception of a little bit of ventilation on the top, something I can open and close so that I don't choke out from the fumes if there are anything toxic coming from it. But I haven't picked anything up yet, any kind of really bad smell. Just a slight smell of alcohol every now and again. Yeah, this thing's been steady burning for 20 minutes with no sign of weakening, so I'll let you know when it's all said and done how long it burns for. The shelter is just a bunch of tarps that were strewn around back here. I didn't even have my own tarps. This camo one's pretty cool. This one was mine. This one was I had stashed, but these blue ones were not mine. I don't know, somebody else had these back here, but they were like strewn around in the stickers over there. I don't know if all the wind we had blew them around or what, but I'm going to use them. I'm going to start using the stuff that I find back here to my advantage, and I've been taking trash out of here every time I come back here, so maybe someday it'll be clean again. Raining pretty hard. Yeah, this thing will definitely keep it warm. I have up here one of them. I keep these in my backpack with me. They're the windshield reflectors for your car. It's the dollar store ones, but they got a little bit of foam on the backside and and the foil on the front side. They're good to just put over your shoulders at night if you're sitting by a fire, and they're also good as reflectors in your shelter. And they're it's definitely kicking the heat. When I'm standing up here, it's warm up here. It's probably 75 degrees where my head is right now. If this thing was fully enclosed, which it's not, obviously, but if it was fully enclosed, it'd probably be 25 degrees warmer in here. I have no doubt about that at all. Easily 70 degrees, easily. Maybe even warmer than that. We'll see. The next overnighter I do, I'm going to bring my excuse me, my UST survival blanket 2.0 and some tarps, and I might, oh, excuse me, I might even get another one of those survival blankets so I can do some kind of a, like, do the entire roof with it. I'm thinking one on each side of the roof with a slight gap in the middle to allow for ventilation, so I don't get a lot of condensation in here from my breathing, you know. It's raining pretty good now, but luckily I'm ready for it. I got a rain suit in there that I bought. I'll show you when I put it on. It's I bought it at a resale store for $5. It said raincoat on it. It was in a net bag, a mesh bag. It said raincoat, $5. It was camo. So I was like, all right, cool. I didn't even look at it. I just bought it. Took it home. I opened it up. It's pants and shirt, and they're in good shape. The hood of the jacket had a slight little opening in the seam, and it was literally like an inch long opening, and I just duct taped it on the inside and it's no problem. And I use an umbrella all the time anyway, so it's just for my upper body and my my legs. My head will be under the umbrella, so I'll be good in that respect anyway. But even if I needed the hood, it would keep me dry. This thing's burning strong. It's been almost a half an hour now. This is going to be an excellent way to heat the shelter because there's no smoke. No smell, no tell. Nobody will know you're back here. This is an awesome thing for stealth camping for sure. So it's 1:34, still raining, and this thing's still burning strong. It's crazy. I lit it at 12:52. It's now 1:34, going on an hour, and still burning strong. I noticed from watching the videos of other people doing this that if the paper's not smooth in there, it tends to burn up faster. On the edges I got a little bit of browning, but it's only because I didn't have it pushed smooth. So that's something I'm going to correct on my next one. But I mean, this thing's, like I said, this thing's been burning for almost an hour, and that's all I got is just a couple little tiny spots of charring where it wasn't pushed all the way down smooth. And I filled this thing with alcohol until it was completely filled to where the alcohol was just sitting on top of the paper. And then when I lit it, I just dumped the excess out. And as you can see, this thing's burning strong. I'm at almost an hour and it's still rolling. I know I keep saying that, but I'm just amazed. I didn't expect it to burn that long. An hour of fire and warmth and heat without having to put firewood on it, without having to cut firewood, without having to get up and go get it. No tending to this thing at all. And it puts off a very good amount of heat. I mean, like I said, if this thing was enclosed, it would be unbelievable in here. In fact, I was thinking I have a teepee tent. It's one of those Ozark Trail, I think it is, makes it. It's the original one, the red and white one. They actually have a green and white one now available at Walmart, but it's a nice tent. But I was thinking this would be perfect in there because it has the ventilation at the top, And if I had this, I wouldn't have to worry about getting overcome by fumes or whatever. I think this would be an excellent way to heat that thing. You know, to be smart about it, I'd put some kind of a little pan or something in there and put it in that, a cooking pot or even a popcorn tin. Put this inside of a popcorn tin. I think that would probably be the best way. So I wouldn't have to worry about it catching anything else on fire. But I think that would be an excellent way to keep the tent warm for sure. That's 1:42. It's been 50 minutes. I don't know if you can see, it's starting to brown over a little bit. Kind of looks like a roasted marshmallow color. I don't know if that means that it's starting to run out, excuse me, run out of fluid or not, but I would imagine it does. But I'm gonna let it go until it either starts smelling or starts blackening or whatever, and then I'm gonna shut it off or let it shut itself off. I don't know. But I'm approaching an hour, 50 minutes. It's still raining hard too. I'm sure you hear that. I've learned some things about this, and I'm glad I did this little test run. The flames don't go very high. I was curious how high I should actually make my shelter roof, you know, so I don't burn the thing down, and I was thinking 5 feet, but I think you could get away with 3. I'm going to go 4 anyway, just to be safe. Or I was also thinking you could go like 3 feet high and dig down and put it down in the ground a little bit, and that actually might be better because then it's going to radiate heat more towards your lower body as well, because this thing is only putting out heat up above the level of the can. Like down here, the can's not even hot. Down at the bottom, there's really no heat. Now, right up there it is a little bit hot, but down here there's no heat at all. So yeah, if it was down in the ground some, it would radiate more to your feet and your legs, and I think that might be more beneficial when you're camping. So yeah, I'm glad I did this test run though. I learned quite a bit about this thing and how it's going to behave and all. And excuse me. It took almost full bottle. That's how much it took to fill the thing. And that's a 32 fluid ounce bottle, yes. 70%. I bought 2 because I wasn't sure how much it was going to take to fill this thing. Still putting off a lot of heat. I definitely wouldn't run this thing without some type of ventilation though. I wouldn't recommend that at all. You definitely want to have, I mean, maybe not this much ventilation, but definitely an opening in your roof so you can let some of it out. Because I do keep getting hints of alcohol, and I'm sure that can't be good to be breathing in.